Last goodbye. Hi, I'm Debbie. Robby Shakespeare finally laid to rest over a month after his death in Florida at the age of 68. The guitarist, one half of Sly and Robbie, a drum and bass duo made famous on the world stage by their singular sound. Sly Dunbar leading tributes to his friend and musical partner, and Prime Minister Andrew Holness sounding a warning.
Friends and fans bid a last goodbye this week to one of Jamaica's best-known musicians. Robby Shakespeare of Sly and Robbie passed away in December from what at the time was described as complications following liver and kidney transplants. But the world-renowned bass guitarist's funeral service not held until this week. His lying in honor at the National Indoor Sports Centre Sunday coincided with the commencement of Reggae Month activities, including reggae superstar Bob Marley's 77th birthday celebrations. Stretch limos and a see-through casket carriage lined the entrance to where his body lay. Speakers blared Sly and Robbie's 1989 Taxi instrumental and other standards. Inside, associates of the Rhythm Twin, credited by Rolling Stone magazine as the 17th greatest bassist of all time, formed a rotating honor guard beside his coffin. Present between noon and 3 p.m. were some of the leading lights of reggae and dancehall. The viewing of the body sure to stir emotions, even draw tears. But the mood more in keeping with how many remembered Shakespeare in life. Light-hearted and cracking jokes. A big guy who liked to cook, but not necessarily forthcoming with what he was thinking.
Robbie, my opinion is always private. I don't know when I'm at. Him keep everything one away, you know. We share a few things with him, good friends, them like myself and few others. But for the most part, him not tell nobody nothing.
He was a part of a team that's one of the most fundamental innovators, game changers we have seen in a long while. They were not just simply musicians, he was musician extraordinaire.
Now watch me. Dancing. When you hear Robbie play the bass line, you have to dance. This man is one of the greatest bass players the world ever see. And he's fun to be around. Enough people don't know that. He's a very funny person too, you know.
How does it work?
Hold on, I call Jesus. You don't know.
You make him laugh all the while. He's a man that encourages me a lot. I love Robbie to my heart.
I'd like to cook.
Aye! Loving food!
My favorite moments is every time me and him buck up, you know. There's never a dull moment. I'm a virgin, you know.
Humble, unique person, was aware of his abilities, status, but was simply Robbie.
Sly and Robbie you can't miss. Never.
Officialdom not missing this one. Babsy Grange very much in the picture for Shakespeare's send-off, if not only for official reasons.
Sometimes, as minister, I have to manage my emotions, like today. It's a very, very emotional experience for me. Robbie was a brother. I was Robbie's sister.
Grange making sure that immediately after attending a function at the Bob Marley Museum, along with her boss, both headed straight to the National Indoor Sports Centre to pay their respects.
The guard is passing. The generation that accounted for the creation of the great reggae music and the cultural influence on pop culture the world over, the symbol of resistance to oppressions, the symbol of the consciousness of humanity, that is somehow slipping away from the music.
The likes of Toots Hibbert, Bob Andy and Millie Small all passing away in recent years, and with their deaths, a renewed focus on the building blocks of Jamaican popular music, In the case of Robby Shakespeare and Sly Dunbar, a drum and bass dream team commanding respect and acclaim far beyond Jamaican shores.
Our greatest era of music was when musicians of a certain standard collaborated, we created innovation. So there's too much me factor when somebody says, me Billy Rhythm, me are the artist, me are the producer, my studio, me this. It does not give the ability for other great musicians to shine.
What do you think his message to the younger generation today of musicians going forward would be?
Dedication and love. You have to love the music first before the dollars. Robbie work hard for me reach where him reach. I mean, him do a lot of sacrifice a lot. So you have to make certain so you love the music to your heart. The man you put them heart in it. Not them put them like the dollars first, your heart. Now dance.
I know that Robbie's message to the younger generation is to say to them, first, you have to work hard to achieve. Secondly, you have to be disciplined to achieve. And thirdly, you have to be humble, to be respected, and to be lauded, and to be glorified. But if you're not humble, my brother and sister, you're not going to get anywhere.
In death, Robby Shakespeare remaining inseparable from his musical twin. Sly Dunbar, the quieter one, perhaps harder to read, but their story already the stuff of legend.
I love Robbie dearly, and I saw a picture of him when he died on that day, so it was good for me to go and just look at him for the last time, but the way I feel is hard to explain, you know. I can't explain because it's over 45 years been together playing music, you know. And I'm going to miss him, and I think he gone too soon, and I could say like he's one of the greatest bass players of all time, you know.
What was in his sound that was so compelling, that connected with you as a drummer because you created magic together?
He's always on the cutting edge, always creative. He sometimes use the bass and play like my electronic drum. If you listen to Shine Eye Girl, you can hear playing the same thing and turn it into a bass line. Very creative.
What would he have to say to young musicians today?
I think he would tell them to learn it, the craft, as good as you can, and don't take drugs and those things, and try and just do what you feel still, you know, and learn from the elders.
We have a sense that Jamaican music on the world stage is important, and everybody has to shoulder this and do it right, because there's a lot at stake.
Well, the thing with Robbie and myself, when we go on stage, we always carry the Jamaican flag with us. And there were times when we go on stage and feel we're going to be defeated. And we look at one another and say, look, we're playing reggae, they're playing funky, they're playing African music. So we have to go and defend our country. So we go out there and just create some stuff, you know. A great example is behind you, Carlton Tamlin from Carlton Tamlin from the Tamlins. He was there. And we just do what we have to do. And this is why people say he's the greatest bass player of all time. You know, I play on his bass. Because people talking about dub and bass and I said to him one day, let's play the real drum and bass. I can play on your bass with the drumstick. And he smiled and we went on stage and did it, playing on the bass. That's him.
You guys got very close to like stadium kind of audiences. What were those days like? What did it feel like on stage?
We were there in the stadium audience. We were playing for them. We opened for Rolling Stone, we opened for Police, we opened for Talking Heads.
Exciting time.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And you'll always have those memories.
Always, can't forget it.
And no forgetting Robby Shakespeare, for whom a private funeral service was held on Monday, February 7, before being laid to rest at Strawberry Hill in Irish Town.